who got the call on his honeymoon. So the key to The Walking Dead has very little to do with actual talent. Just plan an important event in your life, and the odds skyrocket immediately.
There you go, pro tip.
Pro tip. Pro tip.
I got a pro tip, man.
I got a pro tip, man. Hashtag pro tip. I don't know what that was. Don't ask me. It's very early in Michael time. And you're all more and more attractive by the minute.
So, straight off that, you both of your characters, I mean, the whole universe of The Walking Dead, it's a very serious world that the characters are living in. And you guys, I mean, it's two of the funniest people I've ever met, easily. And I'm not just saying that because you guys are sitting here.
You should get out more. We're not that bad.
I don't know. I feel like you guys, I mean, easily two of the funniest. So that's do you have a strategy or anything? Because I know Andrew Lincoln, he has a playlist that he listens to get into different scenes. Do you guys, what's a process for?
My process is I watch Andy work and get into his headspace, and I'm so terrified watching him that I'm like, yep, this is just real. This is not me acting. That first scene in the barn where he said, if my people aren't back in 45 minutes, I'll just stab you in the back of the head. I was like, I believe you. I actually believe that you're gonna kill me. You know, there's so many great actors on this show that create the world of it for you that you don't really, I mean, as long as you're listening, as long as you're being honest with them, you don't have to try very hard, you know?
That's very true. You get there quickly, and you acclimate quickly to how dedicated the other actors are to making that show as real as possible. You don't just like, oh, I'm going to pretend to huff and puff because I've been running for a long time. No, it's you and Steven running down a road back and forth 15 times before they yell action, where when you run up to the camera and you're exhausted and out of breath and you don't know which way you are and you're about to pass out, I'm literally exhausted, out of breath, don't know which way I am, and I'm about to pass out. And that's just the culture of the actors on that show. It's fantastic. And what you say, like watching Andy, it really is. I don't think I've ever been that inspired by how hard someone works, and also not just like everyone can work hard, but how what he does equates to a really brilliant performance. Sometimes you have a lot of process and you do all these fun things, you put rocks in your shoes, but you're still boring, you know? But he is just electric.
And he's also the nicest guy on the planet too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, for The Walking Dead, it's all kinds of people from all walks of life, and I think that it's so awesome that Aaron is really the Walking Dead's first openly gay character. I was wondering if you can, yeah, exactly. And so I was wondering if you could talk about that, maybe from the fan reaction perspective. You've had a chance to go to conventions after they've seen your character. What reaction have you seen from fans?
The reaction has been relatively, for the most part, very positive and very supportive. And I think, that's the great thing about this show is that Robert Kirkman has always said, both in the comics and in the show, he never wants to leave or exclude out any group, regardless of their the racial background, their sexual orientation. And I think that's a wise choice because that is indicative of actually what is real in the world around us, And thank you, yeah. And I think it's a wonderful message they're sending. It's just they're not afraid to. They're going to present life as it actually is, and it's a smart move.